Namaste, Masters. As part of Vasudhyana Kutumbam, I would like each and every parent to listen to this audio where I have tried to read the book with the 7 spiritual laws for parents by Deepak Chopra. So basically, when the parent gets the wisdom, the right wisdom, and when it is rightly transferred to the kids, that is when they make their right choices. All we have to do is pass the information, know what is right, and when we act and when we choose the right action, and kids will reflect that. Our thought patterns, our behavior is what is affecting the kids. They learn from our actions, they learn from our vibrations, they learn from our patterns. So, this book, The 7 Spiritual Laws for Parents, and that's a wonderful law. Like now, the parenting is holistic parenting. The modern parenting is holistic, which includes spiritual, physical, mental health. And this is one such book which gives the basic idea what and how we can assist. For today, I'm giving you the introduction, which is written in the book, A Guide for Children to Success and Fulfillment. Wonderful. These 7 spiritual laws for parents is for us to understand, for the parents to understand, and rightly imbibe the wisdom to the kids. Now let's go for the introduction. Introduction. This is by Deepak Chopra. After my book, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, was published, the response was immediate and very beautiful. Thousands of people who read the book began to practice in their daily lives the principles that nature uses to create everything in material existence. In time, I received requests from many of these people who also happen to be parents. Their requests took many forms, but they echoed a single theme. As much as I have benefited from living these spiritual laws, I wish I had learned them years ago. The value of such principles as giving have no resistance, and trusting in the universe to fulfill my desires seems obvious now. But it wasn't at first. It was a struggle to break the destructive habits that I grew up with. As a parent, I don't want my own children to learn the same bad habits and later have to go through the same pain of having to change. How can I make sure that doesn't happen? I wrote this new book to answer these requests, extending the 7 spiritual laws specifically to parents. It will show anyone who wants to interpret the spiritual laws for children how to do that in terms a child can understand and apply. My approach here is founded on the belief that every parent needs tool to raise children with a true understanding of the working of nature and consciousness. Everyone in the world wants something. Everyone in the world has desires. Children need to know from the beginning that desire is the most basic drive in human nature. It is the energy of the spirit. When we grow up, seek answers to profound questions, or set out to solve immensely challenging issues in our personal lives, what we work with is the same natural desires that made us curious child, nothing more. The seeker is the child who has gone from a needing parents' love to needing God's, from wanting toys to wanting infinite creativity. In this book, I'll try to show parents how their children can best fulfill their desires and successfully attain what they want in life. And I will do my best to explain spiritual concepts so that a child can understand them. Sorry. But this is not simply a book aimed at children, since What children need to know is only modified from form of what adults need to know as well. With all its worship a material success, society has missed a profound truth. Success depends on who you are, not what you do. Being or essence or spirit, call it by any name you want, lies at the source of all achievements in life. But being is very abstract. So people see it more as an idea than as something real or useful. Nevertheless, if we examine the oldest traditions of human wisdom, we find certain fixed, knowable, reliable principles by which spirit unfolds from eternal being into everyday life. Some people may have difficulty understanding how spiritual laws could be of such value in daily life, yet remain in obscurity for so many centuries. By analogy, electricity did not enter general awareness before the light bulb, despite the fact that the entire universe has been permeated with electrical energy. Since the dawn of creation, being or spirit or essence is invisible too, yet it affects daily life in a tremendous way. The invisible intelligence behind the visible universe operates through seven spiritual laws. Again, by analogy, if the laws of electricity hadn't been discovered, the practical applications of electricity would never have been available to us. Now, more than ever in this age of violence and confusion, there is an urgent need for parents to take on the role of spiritual teachers to their children. The laws behind nature's working are not private. They apply to everyone and everything. Therefore, understanding these laws is not just a way to help a few people. It is vital for our society and even our civilization. If a critical mass of our children are raised to practice the seven spiritual laws, our whole civilization will be transformed. Love and compassion, which are so often trivialized these days, can become the natural breath and life of everyone's existence. We owe it to the world, I believe, to ensure that as many children as possible grow up knowing what spiritual reality is. Spirit has never been, Spirit has always been elusive. An ancient Indian scriptures informs us that a knife cannot cut it, water cannot wet it, wind cannot blow it away, the sun cannot dry it up. Every molecule in the universe is permeated with being. Every thought you have, every bit of information that reaches you through your five senses is nothing but being. But being can be overlooked since it is completely silent, like a master choreographer that never joins the dance. In being, we are all upheld. We take our very breath and life from it. Yet it is something our own parents taught us little about. We can all be forgiven our lack of knowledge about spirit, and we can teach ourselves the seven spiritual laws with the same enthusiasm as we teach our kids. More than anything else, this has been the guiding ideal behind this book. This is the introduction of the seven spiritual laws for parents masters. And tomorrow I'll post the first chapter, Parenting and the Gift of Spirit. Thank you, Masters. Please listen to each and every chapter of this book and let's see how we're going to implement in our family. Thank you, Masters.